Pryde's Picks is spoiler heavy and full of crude language. I swear like a sailor, and Lockheed's no better. Consider yourself warned. Hey everyone, it's July 24th, and I'm here with this week's Pryde's Picks. Now, I'm not going to lie, I'm a little hungover from all the con going and wiped out, so I had some light reading this week, and most of it's Marvel. Freaking deal with it. We are going to start off with my favorite, the X-Men, with Wolverine and the X-Men, part 3 of 5 of the Hellfire Saga, issue 33. Now, the Hellfire Saga has Craig Kilgore doing his own little Hellfire Club, and you got Magneto doing his own little team, his own little school, and then you got Wolverine with his school. And the last issue was boring with their whole Hellfire Club and how they run the school and how it's the opposite of every other school. This issue skips all that crap and actually gets into some action. This issue is the issue you want to pick up if you want to see Quentin Quire team up with Toad. This is the issue you want to pick up if you want to see Idie dressed as the Black Queen. Yeah, she's a little bit young to be dressing so trampy, but it looks good on her. And this is the issue you want to pick up if you actually want to see what the fuck Toad can do with his tongue other than pleasure a butt ton of women. Because Toad was actually useful, and I was surprised at how much I was rooting for him, because usually he's a little piece of trash, and everybody treats him like that. And you kind of, as the reader, treat him like that, because you're like, what could he possibly do? All he has is a really long tongue. This issue had me thinking twice about him and liking him. Wolverine shows up, some of the X-Men show up. I do not want to spoil it for you, but this is the first issue in a long time that has had some action and has been fun. So I would say definitely read it on the shelf, but if you're an X-Men fan or you're digging Wolverine and the X-Men, you are going to want to buy it now. If you're not a big fan of it, at least pick it up and read through it, because you might start being a fan. This one was a lot of fun. Thank you, Wolverine and the X-Men, for finally not sucking. We're going to jump from there into Superior Spider-Man issue 14. Now, last we saw, J. Jonah Jameson has been blackmailed into giving the raft to Superior Spider-Man to do whatever he wants to do with it. And he has taken advantage of the situation, made his base, he's brought in some minions, and now he's going after the Kingpin. He's going after this giant crime boss that even the Avengers have walked into his building and walked out like, shit's going on here. I don't know how to deal with it. We're just going to turn a blind eye. He's like, fuck turning a blind eye. I'm going to do something about it. So this is the first time you see, it's not the first time you've seen Superior Spider-Man go where Peter Parker wouldn't go, but you kind of want to root for him even though he's a dick, because he's doing stuff that as a reader you think, like if Peter would just balls up and stop being such a goody-goody, he could actually do some good. Oh, I'm starting to like Superior Spider-Man a little bit again, and this issue was really enjoyable. There's a twist at the end. I don't want to ruin it, but this is a book to pick up if you are interested in seeing what somebody else can do with Spider-Man's powers and, like, making it happen. Plus, the guy's a little smart, so he has a little bit on Peter Parker when it comes to that. So Doc Ock he's making miracles happen right now. Pick it up, buy it now, and read it on the shelf. Buy one for a friend. I don't care. It was really good. It was fun again. So if they keep going in that direction, I'll be on board with Superior Spider-Man. From there, we're going to jump into Superior Spider-Man Team Up number 1, issue 1. This is basically Spider-Man beating the ass of a bunch of heroes. And then halfway through going, oh no wait, I was doing it for the greater good. And then the heroes being like, oh maybe he's right, and teaming up with him. I feel like I see where this is going now, and I'm like, okay, I get it. But I feel like it would have been better because the Avengers are all questioning him. He's been put on probation, and he's kind of a dick about it. He's like, oh yeah, I thought you were joking about that. That's cute. I really don't care. He's a total dick, and you gotta love him for that. But I wish that the whole scenario that had happened had been orchestrated by him. And then he went out of his way to make a big scene and to do all this stuff just to get the Avengers to finally believe he is who he says he is. Because that would have been cooler than what's actually going on right now. But watch him team up with a few people. He doesn't play well with others, so it might be fun. This is not a buy it now. This is definitely I would flip through it on the shelf, but honestly, steal it from a friend. You don't need to pay money for this. It's not that good. Let's move on to Hunger issue 1. Alright, so Galactus is kind of awesome. And Galactus is now joining the Ultimate Universe. The thing is that when all of the Age of Ultron started, and everything went nuts, there was a split between worlds and realities, and shit's getting, like, really confusing and really weird. And here's what it is. Marvel isn't selling a lot of Ultimate anything. Minus Ultimate Spider-Man with Miles Morales. Nobody seems to be digging the Ultimate Universe, so they're trying to kind of merge it a bit with the 616, and at the same time trying to keep people's interest. And this is how they're doing it. They're bringing Galactus into the Ultimate Universe. And I am a sucker for Galactus. This is a 4-issue arc, and I'm not sure exactly where it's going to go or how they're resolving this melding of worlds, if they're going to end the Ultimate Universe or if they're just going to fuck with it for a bit. But Galactus gets Super Saiyan in here, and that part is really cool. Now, the Ultimate Nova, I was not impressed with. He's a whiner. He kind of reminded me of Shinji from Neo Genesis Evangelion when he's like just a whiny little bitch and doesn't want to, like, you know, shirks his responsibility and doesn't want to own up to being a man. That part, drove me nuts, and it was a majority of the book, but towards the end it got really awesome. It's a 4-issue arc, so I'm going to say wait for the trade. You don't need to buy it now, but look at it on the shelf and then wait for the trade. We're going to skip past Marvel and jump into DC with Batman Superman issue 2. Now, y'all were here with me when I read issue 1 and didn't really care for it. There was a big, like, panoramic freaking centerfold, and it was cumbersome and stupid, and I just, I didn't like it. And I felt like the book they were overselling to me, and I was like, I don't know what's going on. This book is less chaotic and more to the point. You're starting to see 2 different Supermans together and 2 different Batmans together, and then somebody is moving them from world to world and pretending to be, like, important people in their lives. And it's really getting good. Like, I don't know what the fuck's going on, but I'm liking it. And it's hard for me to say I really like a DC book, although I think it has to do a little bit with Batman because I really like that guy. This book was awesome. So DC, you don't get a lot of these from me, but Batman, Superman, buy it now. If you want to see Batman go toe-to-toe with himself and Superman go toe-to-toe with himself, and if you can take a guess who figures it out first, that they're really going toe-to-toe with themselves and not actually like some person pretending to be them, your guess is pretty good. It's going to be who you think it is, but it was smart and it was well written, and the art, I'm actually really liking the art. It's kind of gothic and dark and twisted. Buy it now. DC, you did good. You don't get that a lot. We are going to wrap up this week with Aspen Comics Fathom 1A. Now, this is an anniversary for Fathom. It's 15 years. Fathom has been out for 15 years. And I know I reviewed 1 issue of Fathom way back in the day. And, okay. If the Little Mermaid was a marine biologist, and she thought she was kind of a big deal, and the whole world thought she was kind of a big deal, and she feels like she has to be like the herald between 2 worlds, the world of the blue and the world of humanity, and she's a little cocky, Fathom would be it. I guess fans of Fathom really like this. I found her to be a little self-important, and even Ariel isn't this conceited. So, I mean, there's a lot of chaos going on. There's some excitement. At the end, you're like, oh shit, who are these people popping up out of the blue? And she looks like she's crapping her little fins. But overall, I was unimpressed. Fathom, 15 years, I don't know how you did it. Because I love The Little Mermaid. There was an entire summer that my dad banned The Little Mermaid from our house because we watched it every single day for about 2 months. Until finally he said, no more Little Mermaid. Fucking hid it from me because I love that movie so much. And I really wanted to like Fathom more, and I didn't. You are no Ariel, bitch. So I'm wiped out. I had a really great Comic-Con, and I'm going to do a couple little videos telling you some fun stuff that happened. But I'm going to leave you with a story about, I know, we were walking around downtown in the Gaslight District, And there's a line. So we get in this line. We don't know what it's for. And we're like, hey, what are we in line for? And they say Felicia Day, Geek and Sundry. Sign me up. I don't want to go in the con. It's hectic. It's crowded. People are fighting each other over exclusives. So we wait in line. We get up there. And she does a quick little panel. And then we get her autograph on like exclusive Comic-Con posters that we got for free. And we got cupcakes because we got in really early. And I ate like half my cupcake, but not all of it. And then I was standing there. And I was like so excited to see Felicia Day. And I go up to talk to her. And the excitement overwhelms me. And I squeeze the cupcake. And the top of the cupcake falls right in front of her, like smack dab right next to where she's signing stuff. And all I could say was, I'm sorry, I'm an asshole. I didn't mean to do that. And then somebody had to come over and like spray it, and everybody's watching me because it's a room full of people waiting to get her autograph, and I'm the asshole throwing cupcakes on the tabletop. Turns out I am very uncool, guys. And when it comes to meeting people I love from television, I turn into a stuttering idiot. And Felicia Day's like, don't worry, it's okay. Try not to freak out, because I guess I looked like a lunatic like everybody else. But I made a fool of myself, so there was that. I always have that memory of dropping a cupcake on the countertop right next to where she was signing my picture for me. I'm a total loser. Comic-Con was awesome. I will try to share more stories with you soon. And good night, everybody. Mwah.